What can $300 in a refrigerator build? It can build exactly what you and your kid have always wanted, but have never figured out how to do together. You see, every kid has to figure out how to become independent. Every kid is born not knowing how to become independent. You start off dependent on someone else. And by the time you're 18, every adult is hoping that their kid is independent, and most of them are not. Why is that? Maybe it's because we have not taken the incremental steps to help them become independent before it is time to fly. And so what do? You go down to Lowe's, you buy a miniature, medium-sized refrigerator, and you hand your kid $300. They look at you like you're insane, but they listen because there's money. We did this with our daughter, showed up with a refrigerator, said, "Surprise!" She says, "What is that?" I said, "It's the present you never knew you wanted." She looked at me like I was insane. Should I get it? And I explained to her the deal. I said, "Every month I'm gonna give you $300, and I'm gonna put this refrigerator in your room, and I'm gonna build some shelves in your closet." I said, "You are now going to be in charge of purchasing all of your food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, drinks and food, everything." I said, "But I'm gonna give you $300 a month to be able to do it." She says, "All right, I kinda like that, that's money, okay." And so she says, "Okay, I'm in." I say, "Well, hold on a second. If you blow through this $300 and don't have any left, there's only gonna be one safety net for you, and you're gonna have to go down to the local food pantry and you're gonna have to get food for yourself if you run out of money. I will not give you another dime." She says, "Okay, I'm in." Sticks her hand out, I stick my hand out. We shake hands, we ink the deal. She starts off, and what am I doing? I'm supporting this venture. I've already given $300, but now, do I leave her on her own? No. Every week, I'm asking simple questions without taking over for her. I'm asking her, how much have you spent? How much do you have left? What'd you buy? Anything cool? Making it fun, but also asking pertinent questions. And every week goes by and she gives me the answers. I'm a little nervous. Week 4 comes by. There's 8 days left. I say, "How much money you got left?" She says, $11. And she starts to see it. And I look and I say, "How many days you got left?" She says, 8. And I say, "That's a problem." She says, "Yeah, that's a big problem." And I said, "What are you going to do about it?" Not, "Let me save you. Here's an extra $20. You tried your hardest." I said, "What are you going to do?" I knew that she could get the rest of the month done on $11. She had some food left in her fridge and in her little pantry that we built for her, and she had $11. She said, "I'm gonna make this happen." You see, she had figured out that she liked this freedom. And although the freedom came with responsibility, she was willing to pay the price of being responsible to have the freedom. And she didn't want to lose it. So she goes down to the store, she buys the cheapest food she can get. She spends $10. We are now at the end of the month. 8 days have gone by. 3, 2, 1. The month is over. I say, "How much you got left?" She holds up $1. I said, "How do you feel?" She's like, "I made it." And you see, something was created at that point. She found out that she could do it. Not the mom did it, not the dad did it, she did it. And that's what we have to do for our kids. We have to get them ready to be independent. Fast forward 2 years, she did this when she was 16 and a half. And now she turned 18 and she started buying her own groceries with her own money. She set her own budget. She knew what the budget should be because she'd already done it for a year and a half. She hasn't missed a budget ever. And if she would have had to go down to the food pantry. The idea is not that we get our kids to starve or to fail. The idea is that we put together a system of which they can succeed and fail while they're still with us, so they can learn how to succeed. And now I've asked my daughter just recently and said, "Would you ever want to go back?" And emphatically, it's no. I said, "Why? You have to pay for your own groceries." She says, "I feel like $1,000,000. I feel independent. I like being independent. I see other people my age that are not independent. I feel proud of myself." And so when all's said and done, we get exactly what this deal was designed to get. Our children feel independent, And we know that they're independent. They have what it takes. They know it, and we know it. This is just one of those cool tricks to ink the deal. When it comes to your family, it could be somewhat different. Maybe you eat a family meal every single night for dinner. Okay, well, maybe you put your kid in charge of breakfast and lunch. Maybe they're younger, and you say, I'm just gonna put them in charge of breakfast just to get them used to this idea. They go to the grocery store with you, you help them pick stuff out. All of this is training to get a kid ready to be independent. And so here is the model that we have to follow. There's 5 steps in any of this when we train our kids how to be independent. Number 1, we model it. If we can't do it, they're not gonna do it. Number 2, we train it. So now we say, here's the system, follow the system, here's how it works. Number 3, support it. That's asking every single week, how's it going? Are you doing well? What do you have left? Number 4, we expect it. Then you get to a certain spot where you know what to do, you have all the skills, now you're expected to do it. And number 5 is what we do as the kids move out. And that is, we become cheerleaders. We become the encouragers. We encourage it. We encourage them to be independent, to make good decisions, and to be adults. We put all that together, and what do we get? We get the kids that we've always wanted because we decided to put in the work to help them get from point A to point B.